My name is Ahis Anthony, episode 2 of Ahis React on ISTV, reacting on Arsenal's game against Crystal Palace, and it was dramatic, it was heart pounding, heart in my mouth, watching the remaining 25 or 23 minutes of the game when Arsenal went one man down, and we had to dig in to get the 3 points because as it takes, W is what is important. Looking at the games that have happened before the Arsenal game, because the Arsenal fixture, like we all know, was the last fixture to round up game week 2, and seeing the result that has panned out, Man City winning, Brighton winning, despite Chelsea and Manchester United losing, we just needed to keep up with the pace. We just needed to keep up in terms of amassing points at this time, and we were able to do that despite how things panned out. Not really impressed. I'm just going to give my insights on that. Not really impressed with some things, but the W is what matters. The W, I keep saying W, win is what matters. 3 points on the board, 6 points out of 2 games, impressive, and that is what really counts. And also, it shows that our impressive run in London derbies, we started on a good foot. Last season, we amassed 32 points out of possible 36 points in London derbies, winning 10 and drawing 2. This was another London derby which we've kick-started in a good way. The next game is another London derby against Fulham at home. But the good thing I saw in this game was I was impressed with the way we controlled the game. When the lineup came out, I thought we were going to see something different from the game we saw against Nottingham Forest, from the tactics, the lineup against Nottingham Forest, but it was same old same, with Gabriel Magalhaes having to sit on the bench despite coming in during the dying embers of the game just to come and solidify when Tomiyasu got red carded. Now, my thoughts on that red card. If Tomiyasu was sent off, why and how was Andre Ayew still in that game? Why wasn't he sent out as well? Because if Tomiyasu was booked based on his hands on Andre Ayew and he got the second yellow card, even the first yellow card is a bit contentious because he booked lots for time wasting. Having seen that ball go round 3 Arsenal players, Havertz, I don't know the first person, Havertz then, when he got to Tomiyasu, he thought it was time wasting, and Tomiyasu just got that ball. He had that ball for just 8.2 seconds. So I don't know how he wasted time. Maybe his judgment was based on prior to Tomiyasu handling that ball, but I think it was unfair for Tomiyasu getting that yellow card. And not too long ago after that, he got booked again, another second yellow, we got the red card. And you could see the foul on Saka from Andre Ayew. Andre Ayew was on the yellow card initially, but beginning off towards the tail end of the first half, second half, towards the beginning of the second half, where Andre Ayew manhandled Saka, I feel that was more intense as compared to Tomiyasu. But it could be argued that he wasn't worth a yellow card. But I felt that Tomiyasu's red card was harsh, possibly a warning. And after that warning, if he does such thing, then he can out card. But that straight yellow and the 2 yellow cards within quick succession, I think we're used to it. This thing has happened several times. Playing 10 men, it wasn't what we wanted. But after that red card, you could see Arsenal ceded control to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace were now the possession changed. Crystal Palace were now the one asking questions, and we now had to go back to the low blocks, which we did very well. Positive for me. I feel what I saw was a really solid Arsenal team. Though we have seen this play out before the process of Arteta coming in again, building with, like we said, starting the process with Arteta. Each time we go one man down, whenever he chose holding, we always see out the game. As it happened at Anfield, happened at Wolverhampton Wanderers when Martinelli was red card. That was 2 seasons ago. But this that we've seen is not new. But the good thing about it is, as compared to last season, towards the tail end of last season, when we lost concentration, when we were 2-0 up and having to come back to draw the game and conceding silly goals, that was cut out here. We defended solidly. And I know that is what Arteta is trying to do. with this new tactics, trying to make Arsenal solid and trying to gain possession over the opponent. I feel it worked out. We defended well, defended our goal, ensured we took that 3 points despite going one man down as of from 65 or 67 minutes thereabout. Another positive was leadership on the pitch. You saw when we were awarded the penalty, I'm sure everybody thought it was Saka. And quick decision made on the pitch, straight up on the pitch, switching the who's going to take the penalty. Even Arteta said in the press conference that he never knew, he wasn't aware of that, but he commended them for the leadership skills, which is Odegaard taking leadership. I'm sure most of them, the goalkeeper Justin, or even the Crystal Palace team would have done a whole lot of research that whenever Arsenal has a penalty, it will be Saka. So this is what we feel he will do. But having to confuse, you could even see Johnston was kind of like confused when he saw Odegaard pick the ball. Despite that, Saka picking the ball initially, but Odegaard coming in, picking the ball, and that was a beautiful penalty. I think Enzo Fernandez should learn from that. That was a classy penalty, and that was what gave us the lead. But going into the game, we were on the front foot before the red card. My negative for this game is Havertz. I know Havertz divide the opinions of Arsenal fans. I'm not against him, but I feel his impact in our tactics is really not helping us be as sharp as we were last season. We were tearing teams apart last season. The tactics Arteta deployed, we were pulling teams down. But now we look a bit slow, not too sharp. Maybe it's because of the beginning of the season. Let me don't just be too forward. But I just want to see that Arsenal of last season, where we could cut 1, 2, 3 passes and we're in front and we scored the goal. Still a bit, we played with hands break on, despite we controlling the game. But what I want to see moving on, I know Arteta is trying to come up with his new tactics, trying to implement something new, but I just don't want us to, I don't want it to take too much time. We need to get kicking. Yes, Man City at home, despite them being the favourite, when I say struggled, it wasn't that the Man City, the fluid Man City that we saw, but they were able to make the win, and that is what is important in the game against Crystal Palace. Also, another negative that I saw, I don't know why you have to keep Havertz on the pitch for that long, because 50, 60 something minutes, Havertz was not really adding value to, it wasn't really helping out. It wasn't really helping the attack. Though it was good, looking at the stats, balls won, duels won, aerial ball, possession, but we need him in that final third to join Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, and also Nketiah. I hope we improve on this. Fulham next, another London derby at home at the Emirates. Cut out the mistakes, ensure we take our chances, and I hope to see something new from Arteta in terms of tactics-wise. We've seen it, this tactics used against Nottingham Forest and now Crystal Palace. Will he continue with that same formation, or is going to change a bit of, tweak something here and there? It's left out to him. It's left out for him to decide. But it was a good one. 3 points on the board. Come on, the Arsenal.